Alright guys, so we are back for another completed run of Super Battle Road. Now of course, this is something that I played with a lot, was the Super AGL version of Super Battle Road. I kind of always felt like this was one of the easier Super Battle Roads that can be completed, because I think Super Tech and Super AGL, they have the best set of units, I think, that can actually take down Super Battle Road, the right defensive units in the right places. Ooh, right off the bat, we get an additional super. I believe this Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is 100% in the dupe system. I forgot to hit record until I was actually on the map, but I'm pretty sure this Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, the friend one, is 100% in the dupe system. Now, okay, that's, wow, whoa, yeah, they hit a little harder than I would have expected, but notice one thing, guys, right off the bat. Whis stunned Dr. Gero, so we don't have to worry about getting hits from him, and the two Super Saiyan 4 Vegetas, they took off more than half of Android 19's health, so we're sitting in a pretty good spot. I did a lot of runs on this Super Battle Road before I got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, so like I had a lot of experience in like how to move my rotations around and stuff, so that once I actually got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I pulled him, I don't know, maybe about a week ago or so. This is my very first attempt on Super Battle Road with Super AGL after getting Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and it is actually a winning run. There are a couple of things I did, though, to prepare for this. Like my Super Vegito, you know, until recently, he was SA1 with very limited potential system buffs, but I got him SA10 from the Tapion banner, Santa Roshi's, and then I gave him a good amount of potential system buffs because a long time ago, I pulled a dupe of Super Vegito, but I put it into the bottom right path even before he was SA10, because I kind of figured that I would eventually like get him the SA10, and the bottom right path is the best path to go to. So I was kind of like always prepared for that. So, you know, that once I was ready to SA10 him, I could give him the good bottom right path. Now, the only problem with this Super AGL kind of team that I'm building here, if you guys don't notice, is the links are not the best for a lot of the units here. Like, Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku is so good. You gotta get him on here, but there's no other unit on the team that has Over in a Flash, at least in this build that I'm running. So he's not able to actually, you know, share that link and get that extra key. Now, see, here's where my rotations start to get a little better, because obviously Super Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and LR Trunks and Goten, they all have shocking speed. So we could start, you know, working pretty good there. Now, I was going to say, I feel, looking at this situation, it's been a couple days since I actually did this completed run. I'm going to do some post commentary on it. But looking at this, I was going to say, this feels like a moment where I might try and gamble and not use an item. Yeah, because like, if you're going to beat Super Battle Road, you need certain things to fall in your favor. If you're going to take risks and stuff, it's best to do it in the very first stage. Like, bam, here we go. So, Dr. Gero didn't Super Vegeta, and LR Trunks and Goten, they raised their defense after they super. So even if Dr. Gero is going to super LR Trunks and Goten, after they raise their defense, he shouldn't do enough damage to kill us. And Whis might be coming up in the next rotation. Yeah, he was. So even if we had been supered, what would have happened is we actually would have gotten the heal from Whis. So I guess let me kind of go over my team. Right at the start here, we have Whis, right? Whis is very good for this because when your health drops below, I believe, 30%, he actually will give you a full heal once per battle. Incredibly important because of how limited items are in this mode. He also can stun with his super attack, which, I mean, as you guys can see, we've already gotten a stun. I think stunners are, like, super, super important in actually, you know, completing Super Battle Road. Now, the next unit we could talk about, of course, is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I felt like he was incredibly important on this team. Obviously, he's able to defend quite well. My Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, not so much. Yeah, here's another gamble. Look at this. Really betting it all that Super Vegito does not get supered here, but this is what you've got to do if you want to make it through Super Battle Road. And right there, Dr. Garo could have supered and ended the run, but instead he regularly attacked and Vegito blows him away. So my Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I don't have dupes. You know, he only has just the base, 2000 base system buffs. If you notice right there, I checked. I checked to see if Majin Buu was in the last slot or not, because I've talked many times that Majin Buu and Babidi fight is like so fucking hard. Buu has so much health. He has at least 5 million health, minimum. And it takes so much effort to kill him. So I wanted to check to see like if I had to prepare for him being there or not, which he wasn't. Also notice that we got the heal from Whis right here. He could do it once per fight, which was very, very needed and also helpful. I don't like to use my Whis very often, but I felt as though this was a run I could complete, so I decided to bust it out. Now, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, getting back to him. Along with, yeah, we can see that the friend one is rainbowed there, but along with the fact that, you know, he has good defense, he has good attacking power. No, he's not taking any damage here after the Whis. He can also counter super attacks. It is a 30% chance, and we got it just on cue. I was gonna say, I remember getting 1 or 2 of these super attack counters, and it's a crit, bro. Yes, that's the type of golden luck you need if you want to defeat Super Battle Road. You got to get, you know, some super attack counters, some things along those lines. Also, I felt like the extra 20%, like, okay, so LR Trunks and Goten, that was my AGL lead I ran for the longest time. Yeah, wow, look at that, 100,000 with a Whis active. LR Trunks and Goten, they give 100%, but they do give that additional key, which is nice for, obviously, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku on the team, but I feel like the extra 20% to stats is way more important than that extra 1 key from LR Trunks and Goten. So, I wanted to make sure I had Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as my friend going into this. So that basically covers him. We talked about him, Whis. Next, let's talk about Super Vegito since he's dominating right here. Obviously, the fact that he reduces damage by 90% by normal attacks. He's not going to take damage unless he's super attacked. So if you get really lucky throughout the run, he will reduce so much damage. Plus those counters, they do really add up, especially if you're able to get crit counters. You could do a ton of extra damage. He does also have that, the super attack buff on his super attacks. Like, you know, he'll do a super attack and then adds just a little bit to everyone's super attack modifier at the end after he supers, which is something that can be pretty clutch a lot of the time. Now, the next, you know, there's really not that much to talk about Super Vegito. Everyone knows how good of a unit he is. He will be good probably, I don't want to say forever, but like Super Vegito is a timeless unit. You know, SDR Gogeta is kind of timeless because, you know, the fact that he'll always be super effective and no matter what fight he is, he can always have some value, right? Intelligence Janemba, you know, obviously he's not going to hit as hard. You know, I think he only does Supreme. You know, his links are really good, but, you know, I believe he doesn't only get like an attack 5,000 buff or something like that. But the fact that he will always, you know, defend, like he always will take like, you know, the type advantage damage, like he's always guarding against all attacks, makes him incredibly useful. He is another example of a timeless unit. Super Vegito, same thing. You know, that 90% damage reduction on normals is never going to not be good, especially in an era where bosses attack more and more and more. And look at this, another counter by Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Like, honestly, that is gigantic right there, because we may have died if, yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure we would have died if that super attack had not been countered. So, let's see how much damage he did. No. Actually, I think we still would have survived. We wouldn't have gotten a heal from Whis, since he had already healed us once in this fight. The next unit we'll talk about is the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Extreme Z Awakened Goku. Of course, you know, to be as good as he is, you do have to have him at level 140. That's the thing. These old units are incredible monsters, but they do have to be Extreme Z Awakened for them to be as useful as they are. Because obviously, once he gets to level 140, he gets immense damage modifier. But more importantly, is his passive, right? He gets a little extra damage. I think he gets to 20% extra damage on his passive, 120% attack, whereas I believe before it was 100% for 7 turns. But now he also has a 70% defensive buff for the entire, you know, as long as he's out there. So that's incredibly useful in a mode like this, that he's getting that extra 70% defense. Really will make it easier, you know, to reduce damage. But of course, you know, as you guys can see, you know, I don't keep him on rotation because he's not really sharing links with people. I try, you know, to get him supers when I can to prioritize his supers, but it's not always as easy as I wish it was. All right, so the next unit we can go ahead and talk about is actually Caulifla. Now, Caulifla is incredibly important in these stages, right? Also, notice this. It worked out unbelievably positive in my favor here that we are going to go into this 3rd stage right here with the Dokkan meter active. We're going to get a Dokkan attack with LR Trunks and Goten right here, their 18 key super, which is monstrous. In order to successfully do a run on Super Battle Road, you need the Dokkan attack to activate at the right moment, or you're probably not going to be able to do it unless you have like a crazy rainbow team, right? So here we go. You know, we're going to open up with this Dokkan attack right here. It probably, I can't remember, it might take out the last 2, but I think the first 3 should survive, even if I hit all of the nodes. LR Trunks and Goten, they hit insanely hard, of course, but I don't have dupes in them, so they can't crit or anything like that. If they could crit on their Dokkan attack and they got Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, oh my goodness, you would have to look the fuck out because it would be nuts. Yeah, we only got Super Saiyan Gotenks right there. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks absolutely bodies. That's good damage. 1.6, and we got the additional. Holy shit. So look at that. We almost completely cleared the field with that Dokkan attack. Like, looking at it, those other 2 minions of Turles's, they'll only take 1 little nut tap and they'll be done. And Vegeta took out Turles right there. Absolutely beautiful. This worked out so good. So back to Caulifla. Caulifla is unbelievably important here, I feel, because her dodging is so clutch. Now, I know a lot of people will say, oh, you know, for me, Caulifla doesn't dodge that often, but Caulifla has a 50% chance to dodge all attacks. She also does have a chance to counter supers if she gets hit with a super attack for a 30% chance, just like the Super Saiyan 4s. And I believe it is a separate proc. So she might have a better chance of dodging supers than normals because there's 2 separate procs that she can get to hit, so she'll have a better chance. Now, my Caulifla is actually SA10 with 15 dodge in the potential system. I decided to do that. Like, I wasn't really gonna make, you know, Caulifla SA10. Also notice, by the way, look how many items we have, even against Bojack and his minions, which could be pretty strong. With this many items, we should be able to outlast, especially because we do have several hard hitters here. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta obviously hits incredibly hard. The Rainbow one, LR Trunks and Goten hit mega hard, as well as the Extreme Z Awaken level 140. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I believe at this time, I might have only had 1 dupe in him here, but I since have gotten a 2nd dupe. So he should have like 11 crit, something like that. Like 11 crit, 8 additional, I think might be what my AGL Goku has right here. I might have given him 3 dodge in preparation for this, because that is something that could be pretty important as well. So going back to Caulifla, I did give her 15 dodge. I didn't completely fill out her potential grid, but I did give her enough nodes in the right places to give her a little extra stats. Plus, obviously, the 15 dodge I feel is incredibly important. I like focusing on unit strengths, right? Like SDR Janemba, that's a unit you're going to mainly be... Oh, that hurt. That'll hurt. Yeah, 90k. SDR Janemba is a unit that, you know, his priority is defense. So I would go 15 dodge for Janemba. I went 15 dodge for Candy Vegeto. I think it's important to go 15 dodge for a lot of those type of units whose priority, again, is defense. So right here, I probably will go for Beto. Yep, because Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta should be able to finish him off. I don't know what I'll do here. Maybe hit target Zangia. Let's see if I can correctly predict what I'll do. Either yeah, probably Zangia. Let's see, go for Zangia. No, I'm going to go for him, really. Okay. And then, of course, I'll probably have my Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta also hit Bujin at the end there. So, we've covered all the units, I believe, except for LR, Trunks, and Goten themselves. Obviously, as an unfeatured summonable LR, they're one of the probably... I don't want to say best 5 units in the game, but they're probably one of the best 10 units in the game, LR, Trunks, and Goten. In case you guys don't know, when they get their normal 12-key super, they'll either make, you know, the skinny failure Gotenks or the fat failure Gotenks, which, oh, we got a super counter right there. So clutch. Yeah, the extra damage on Bojack is so important, even if it's only 79,000, because remember, the counters work based off of your attack stat. But LR, Trunks, and Goten, they'll lower either their attack and defense when they get that 12-key super, but when they get their 18-key super, if they get Super Saiyan Gotenks, they'll raise their defense, which is really helpful here in Super Battle Road to actually take less damage. And if they get Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks when they fuse, they'll raise their attack and defense, which really, really makes them do a lot of damage. Now, unfortunately, LR, Trunks, and Goten, they don't really tank here in Super Battle Road as much as... Yeah, here we go. So we'll aim this super at Bojack to try and stun him. That's very important. I think I do get the stun with Whis, by the way. I think there's a chance I... Whoa, 175! That's so much damage! Yeah, I have to get the stun with Whis at the end on Bojack in order to survive this, because that super did so much damage. But... LR, Trunks, and Goten, even after they get that 18-key super, and, you know, they actually, you know, raise their defense the way they do, they still take an awful lot of damage. I'll say, like, once I first started using them in this mode, I was very disappointed, like, at how much damage they actually do take, because usually LRs are really able to tank hits nicely. They're very good defensive units. Yep, see? I knew it. I knew it. We did get the stun on Bojack. I think I probably would have survived anyway, but that stun is hugely important here. I'll probably just use the Princess Snake and then save Android 8 for next turn. Going back to Trunks and Goten, another problem with them for this mode is their links. They only have shocking speed, which of course is fine because, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta has shocking speed as well as Super Vegeto. But, like, it's just, if they had, like, Prepare for Battle, that would have helped out a lot more. I believe Caulifla, what does Caulifla have? Does she only have Prepare for Battle and not Shocking Speed? I actually want to confirm that real quick, because I mistakenly said before that she had Shocking Speed, but Caulifla doesn't have Shocking Speed. I think it's just, again, whatchamacallit, she has Prepared for Battle. Let me see here. Caulifla-san. Yeah, she has Battlefield Diva, Prepare for Battle. Yep, Warriors Junior 6. Okay, cool. That's what I figured. That basically covers Trunks and Goten. Again, I feel like their leader skill, the 100%. Oh, that's so big right there. The additional super, the Dragon Fist, right there. He basically did 1.5 million damage there. And then here we go. Here we fucking go. Now Super Vegeto can sit there and tank everything. I think at this point, no, I do go for Goku. I was going to say, at this point, it probably would have been better to completely focus on Bojack to try and get him taken out here since we've already done half of his health. But I probably felt that Vegeto, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and LR Trunks and Goten, all three of them attacking would be enough to take down Goku this turn. Because that's the thing, like, when you're going up against one of these stages where you have 5 different enemies, it's important to try and whittle their numbers down as quickly as possible, because if you ever get hit in a turn with, you know, 2 or 3 super attacks, you don't have a high chance of surviving. You're probably gonna die. So you really need to manage things correctly. And again, in order to be Super Battle Road, you need a lot of RNG. It's just the way it is. Like, I know a lot of people get upset because one, you need to whale very hard. You know, you had to have very high level whale units. Ooh, this is very unfortunate right here. Goku has survived with a cock hair of health left, and he attacks right at the start like the cheeky little fuck he is. Khalifa will be able to kill him like immediately. So I believe Khalifa dodges right here, right? Yeah, she does. Okay, so him surviving did not matter then. If he had survived, like if he had supered her right there and she got hit by that, that would have been an absolutely devastating blow. And then there's Khalifa showing out, doing what she does best, those dodges. I really feel as though the 50% dodge chance is nice. Oh, an additional, okay. But adding the 15% dodge to her in the potential system really is something that's very important. You know, you're never really going to know which dodge is which. Like, did this activate from her potential system? Is this a dodge that activated from her passive? You know, who knows? But it's still, I think it probably does activate quite a bit. I'm a big fan of having dodge on my units. And this right here, this should be the final turn. Even if Bojack supers like Super Vegito, he could take a lot of damage. We should be okay. Which, oh, yes. I think we still would have won. But that is why I love going 3 dodge on a lot of units, guys. My Super Vegito has 3 dodge for that situation right there. I think maybe some of y'all will agree that that shows why 3 dodge on units is not always the worst idea. Come on. That was pretty good, right? Dodging that super, my boy. Yes. So that's why, again, 3 dodge on pretty much any unit is kind of a good idea. One unit I'm really not I'm kind of on the fence about is Super Saiyan Blue Tech Vegito, because, you know, he is like, his buffs in the potential system, the additionals and crits, are so important that, like, you know, maybe not using some on dodge is kind of a big deal, but I don't know. So here we go. Of course, after you beat Super Battle Road, one of the types, for the first time, you get the little trophy from the missions. Then you can go over here and you can buy some Grand Elder Kais, or you could also buy the Platinum Hercule statues, I believe 5. But I always go the Grand Elder Kais because, of course, it's free super attack. But alright, guys, Super AGL is done. All that's left is Super SCR. Till next time.